Hello there, this is the Lost Cartel of the Hunted, day 14. Well, look at this. Our defences certainly won't match up to the estimated attack, so it is going to be an interesting day indeed. On the Gazette, we've had no deaths today. We've only had one death during all this time, between day 8 and day 14, and that was on day 11. The Drizzle, he died from dehydration, terminal dehydration, because his family came to visit and he got distracted, so apologises for that. Real life can get in the way, so no worries, Drizzle. I know you'll do better next time. Yep, for the past few days we've been letting a lot of zombies into town. You can see last night 107 zombies got through, but we had 42 lazy. On day 13 we had 137 zombies get through with 59 lazy, and day 12 163 with 81 lazy, but because of everyone's epic house defense it was no problem at all. Well, I do suppose the only problem has been a lot of people getting terrorized, but since we've all been having to stay inside and build, not having to really go clear, it hasn't been a problem. We did have to stop people curing terror on the first day because, you know, our resources would run out and we'll need those. You'll get terrorized again and again. Anyway, in the bank, this isn't a true picture of what our bank is like, because we did put a lot of resources outside of town just in case we was going to use all or nothing, but we've come to the conclusion that all or nothing wouldn't be a good idea. I'll explain that in a bit. But yep, a lot of people have been seeking their jerry cans, getting those water rations, and all that scrap we've been collecting is not going to be used on all or nothing. It's not really much point at this stage. Alrighty, so let's get this construction mess out of the way with. On day 8 we found the Great Moat, as well as the lighthouse, the plate gun, and we built the labyrinth. On day 9 we managed to find the spikes, and we built the factory and the fortifications. On day 10 we found the zombie grater, which was promptly built, and not much else was done. Day 11 we did find the vegetable plot. We haven't built that though, we just haven't had the resources and the time. We did find the emergency supplies, which we built, of course. Find the emergency supplies, yes, we built the emergency supplies, as well as the automatic sprinkler, the scarecrows, the great moat, the drilling rig, the bonfire, the garbage heap, and Mount Kilimanjaro. You can see these are where the attack started to mount up, and we did get a lot of building done rather than going out there scavenging. On day 12 we did find the metal patches, and again we built some temporary defense, the garbage heap. We did build the water purifier, and the wall upgrade version 2. We built the spiked pit, the mines, and the spiked wall, and we did find the gas gun, which is quite powerful but rather pricey for what it is. Yeah, as with the water purifier, because of our lack of abandoned buildings and being able to actually venture too far in this town, we haven't found the water filter, so we've just had to make do with that, so water is a bit of an issue now. On day 13 we found the sluice, we built the vaporizer, the gas gun, old school traps, the sluice, the cannon mounds, the plate gun, and the mines, as well as the abattoir. And now for day 14 we found the small cemetery, which is not too useful. 2 deaths and it's no point now. It's a decent building in random towns, but we did finish the lighthouse, which is going to be useful for camping. I'm not sure exactly what the percentage increase is for the lighthouse, so it's going to be interesting to find out. So just why didn't we build all or nothing? Well, we would have built it, and we estimated that we would have got around 500 defense for using it, and we worked out at this stage, you know, there's not going to be much difference in attack between 500 zombies and an attack of 1000 zombies. Rough numbers, of course. We can't build the mines today because of lack of water. We can't really build the gas. Well, we could build the gas gun, but then we'd have no farmers for extra drugs for going out camping and such. So it really is a case of everyone having to stay in town, and we're going to face oncoming hordes together, which is a nice way to go out, really. Yep, so this is pretty much what everyone's defences look like. We all have around 17 and a bit more. Some naughty people, Talanos, have 20, but it's proven very good. The other day, actually, last night I believe it was, Gravity, he has 18 points, he took 1 extra, and he had 18 zombies attack him, so that was a very good call by Gravity. We have had a lot of deco items in this town though, which was a bit of a bad thing. I mean, you can see people stocking up everything else. A lot of deco items have been put in the bank, but really certain things shouldn't have been brought back. You know, wads of cash guns, it's not that decent. I mean, scrap is better than deco, we all know that. But you got to have some fun in the town. I mean, some people have different aims than others, and this is our first town as this meta, so it's interesting to find out exactly how everyone's playstyles are. So what could have changed this day? I mean, we are going to have deaths tonight, we just don't know who is going to die. Well, we've used a bit of a brother in arms today, but we could have done with more tamers. Having a lot of tamers to bring in those resources constantly would have helped. We could have done with a lot more survivalists. The more survivalists you have, the more water the rest of the town gets to play with. It is very decent, especially using the survivalist chances to prolong in-game camping helps point wise. So while the other seasons you could deal with residents quite easily, now being a resident now does mean if you want to go for the top spot, it's not a good thing, purely because even a brand new hero, a brand new survivalist, they can save their water. They don't have to have the 4 control point power, they don't have to have other powers like cheat death and, you know, securing jerry cans. That doesn't really matter. I mean, it's helpful, but the big picture is saving water, that oh so important water. So in the future we are going to have to look back on cutting down our residents or trying to pull together to buy residents temporary hero days in mass. I mean, yeah, it's that important. Maybe Motion Twin can put some sort of easier donation scheme on where you can literally buy hero days. I think there is a way to do it with cards and such, but it would be helpful if you can, like, hey, an instant feature, I'm going to gift, for example, I see Mulder here, I want to give him 20 of my hero days. I can do that straight away. I'll just go into my account, go to his soul, you know, type in a password, there you go, Mulder now has 20 days. That would be an awesome feature, and it could even boost Motion Twin's sales. But yeah, I mean, I don't see any problem with that, especially since how important survivalists are, and serious metas will want to have their good resident players hero status. I had no problem giving a couple of people 20 hero days so we can have an epic town. Really, no problem at all. And having a look at our map, you can see we've got a nice sort of Mega Man type of helmet going on, or a Space Invader, it depends how you look at it. We are starting to clear buildings out for camping. You can see Takaba's already headed west towards Max Calf, disused silos and the equipped trench. Apparently those buildings haven't been depleted, unless of course it's on Dusk Till Dawn. I like to use the external map, so not a lot of people use it. I think Dusk Till Dawn's been our main one. I personally headed over towards the water processing plant, which isn't depleted, so we can still get some more jerry cans from that, so that is worthwhile when we have water problems. Yeah, see, 5 bandages on the one cell, water rations and camping gear, more water rations. We've got a lot of stuff outside, so we need to bring that back in to assess it all. But we've built the lighthouse, so all we've got to do now is build up those last bit of defences, get reinforcements up, clear the remaining areas, and then wait it out. Some people will be dying tonight. It's going to be interesting to see just who croaks it, who the unlucky ones are, and then it's a case of prolonging town devastation as much as we can while others camp. And this is where, if you had a mass of survivalists, it would be very helpful. The survivalists with the worst chances can eventually come and rotate with the normal residents. It all depends on how much defense you can get. The best plan, of course, in a good organised town would be to get a lot of defensive objects. Everyone get their chests up, finding the time for that. And I mean, for that AP wise, you need to get a lot of hero classes. I mean, you really do. But you can still have fun with residents. It just means getting the one spot is going to be very hard to beat certain towns. Let's have a look at Oval Office, we'll see what we can see. Okay, so the first town we're looking at is the Forts of Fear. This of course is Fudgecake's town, her clique, so these are going to be the elite people to beat. They have had one death though, Rakola, so I'm not sure what happened there. You can check out his soul to see. I mean, things happen, as you know, it can't be helped. They've found some interesting buildings, the fireworks foray, they've uncovered every single building. And what do they have? They have things... I think it's being slow because I'm doing certain things. Yep, Citizens Home, old hydraulic pump, destroyed pharmacy, motorway services, construction site, mini market, disused silos, so dilapidated building. They're okay for water, I think. Garden shed, weapons, mini market, fast food restaurant, Dukesville. I'm sure they had an abandoned building at some point. Old police station, Abandoned hospital, which is a fair distance, but I mean they can make that quite easily. Collapsed mine shaft, yeah. Army output. They've done it. I mean, look at this clearing. This is what happens when you just get into the clearing and insanely do it. I think they went down to the was it day 2, day 1? Straight away they went down. Yep. Scouting out the southeast corner, getting that corner cleared means they can concentrate on everything else. I mean, see that clearing on day 2, an insane job and awesome. It's what was needed, and this is what they're left with day 8. Not much problems at all. Day 8 and 67 defensive objects. So I do think they are going to be building up their personal chests and hoarding in as much personal defense as possible. So even with 1 death, this town could be the number 1 town. Maybe not for the season, but for a while. It depends. You know, there's still a lot of time this season, but it is 1 town to definitely keep an eye on. They've got Binto in the town. Anyway, yeah, that's Forts of Fear. We also have the Ring of Winter to keep your eye on. Now, they haven't had any deaths so far. It's got people like Arterius in, Futter, a lot of other people I don't quite know though. And they haven't got quite the same layout as Fort Sophia. I mean, they've got 2 less tamers, more scavengers, a couple of residents, less survivalists, but they are doing very well indeed. You can see their clearing hasn't quite been the same. They've got a lot built up already. I mean, they are on day 13. They've got Citizens Home close as well, destroyed pharmacy, Scottish Smith, equipped trench, abandoned construction, garden shed. See, these placements have kind of been the same, close to a corner, which helps with the clearing, certainly. I mean, they've cleared their corner as well. Abandoned hospital. There's a lot of similarities between these buildings and the way they are, so there's some interesting algorithms going on. I mean, our abandoned building is God knows where. We could never find that in our town. But yes, how are they looking on the attack? They've got that much defense, they've got a decent attack to deal with, so they're not going to be having any problems. They've got 80 defensive items, which is still decent. I mean, they'll be able to prolong their town devastation for a while if they're doing that. And yeah, this is another town which could, you know, go the good way. It all depends on luck and planning at this stage. So the town I'm in is not going to be number 1. I mean, you can easily see that. We are going to have a decent spot, probably staying on the leaderboard until the end. But either of these 2 towns could be beating a state of earthquakes, so keep your eye on them. So what's going on in our town forums? Well, we do have a lot of raffles going on. We've had raffles for certain things, and they're all in interesting ways. They've put a lot of work into them. I mean, when I was reading this one, I was a bit hungover, and I couldn't work it out at first, but it's easy. You just add and then let them decide who's the winner, but it's all good fun, the raffles. As for community news, I'm not too sure. I haven't really had the time lately to look up one thread. Oh, it's locked now. Stealing, what's the point? Anyway, Season 13 sneak peek. What's going on here? Screenshot from the future season. Get it before it's deleted. Very interesting. I mean, look at this. Yes. What's that? Has he got an arrow in the knee? Yeah, very good, Quent. Looks like his wisdom's taken a bit of a hit, maybe because of the alcohol he's been drinking. A lot of dexterity though, even if he does have an arrow in the knee. That's fun, I like that. Yep, so as ever, only heroes can really participate, but you can still check out and discuss it in your own town forums. But yeah, check out all the community news that's going on at the moment. We still have a lot of competitions going on. I do believe nobody has won the singing competition. Where's it gone? I think it's been bumped down to the second one. That's it, it's a parody and a contest. So I don't think anyone has won this yet. So you can still give this one a go. Keep it bumped. Anyway, let's move on. Another citizen highlight for the day is Pliskin. And Pliskin is one of the head honchos. He's been helping to organise everything with this town, and he's learnt a lot from this first day. So it's going to be interesting to see how the next meta towns evolve, you know, weeding out certain members and just coming together as a team with a single mind of, yes, it is fun to do certain things in town, but we do want to aim as high as we can go. And he's been playing since season 1, And yep, what else can I say? He's Pliskin. I mean, he's got a fun name. Pliskin. So he's a good guy. I like him. Thanks for all your hard work, Pliskin. I'll probably be doing Madoncia for the next one if I can get around to it. I mean, I've got to go now because I've got a wedding to get to. No, it's not my own wedding, not yet. Soon, maybe, hopefully, not yet. Anyway, thanks a lot, and yeah, people will be dying, so I will try and do a video when I can to see what the deaths are. It is coming up close to Christmas. There is not much time. As you can see, the Drizzles had no time to do anything, so he's also died. Talanos, I've hardly heard anything off him. Maybe in the new year we can get some good content going on. But if no more videos do surface, have a great Christmas, a great holiday. But I should be able to report on a couple of deaths, even if it's only minute videos. Oh, that's my alarm telling me to get a bloody move on. Alright, adios.